Cecilia DeLeon Mann, Mann. She needs to be run for criminal history. If she has criminal history, you're not allowed to have contact with her while you're on probation because those are the rules. You understand? Galaxy Maria Guerrero Alvarez.
Ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 R010330. State of Texas versus Galaxy Guerrero Alvarez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
James Seeloff for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so parties for the discovery acknowledgement, I have a PF number. Is that the same case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, I have, including all the misdemeanor cases that we're going to take into consideration.
All right. And did you review that with your client?
Yes, I have. I took what they have.
All right, court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Alvarez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Alvarez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with injury to a child elderly disabled with intentional bodily injury? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, she has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe she was.
Ms. Alvarez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CC 736223, 2024 CR 009623, County Court Cause Number 731512, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's our plea.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions? Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No pretrial motion, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years, that there be 40 hours of community service restitution. There's to be no contact with Alice Martinez and Marina Anzaldúa, anger management, TAP evaluation, follow all recommendations from the TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
And state, have you spoken with the complainants?
Yes, we have.
All right, you may be excused. Off the record for a moment. Marco,
Yes, sir.
the case that was dismissed, the CC, I believe that's a county court cause number. Okay, all right. We're back on the record. Did you review the waiver with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A
Yes,
right
ma'am.
for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we'll waive PSI, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client is 4 months pregnant at the current. I asked the court to follow the recommendation of the state, which is deferred adjudication in this case. It'll give us a 4-year window of time in order to make sure that she stays off of drugs and stays on the narrow path.
All right, so what's happening with your CPS case?
It's still going. I just finished one class and I'm currently on drug tests and, I'm doing good with that, with those 3 months. And once I, do eventually get out, like I'm still gonna do, those 3 other classes that
How many children do you have?
I have 2,
What are their ages?
4 and 2.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
All right. So here's the issue with the court, right? I'm going to follow your agreement, counsel.
Thank you. Your
But
Honor.
this is what you need to realize. You already had a CPS case pending
Yes.
and you pick up this case. And according to the person who was trying to help you, you've been drinking alcohol at that time and still using drugs. Do you have any idea what drinking alcohol and doing drugs does to your unborn child?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me ask you this, because people say that and they really don't internalize it. Let me ask you this. You're a 2-year-old, you're a 4-year-old. Would you let them drink alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Would you let them do meth,
No,
heroin,
ma'am.
or anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, guess what? Your unborn baby, you're giving that child alcohol, you're giving that child drugs. That has to stop. Because I've done CPS cases before and I represented children before.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what ends up happening when children are born addicted to drugs? They go through withdrawals. Have you ever gone through
No,
withdrawal?
ma'am. No.
All right, well, let me just explain to you what ends up happening. What ends up happening is babies are in pain because they're going through withdrawals. They are craving what you've been giving them, alcohol and drugs. They have shakes. They are just constantly, it looks like seizures, and they are in major, major pain. So you're going to have to change your ways. If you do not, what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose custody of all your children.
That's
You
fine.
understand? Now, if you don't want to be a mom for them, you can sign your rights away.
No, ma'am. I have all my rights.
All right. So that's what I'm telling you. You had better start looking out for more than yourself, because guess what? Your 2-year-old and 4-year-old, you can't just send them to Travis Park and say good luck to you. And when you are using and you're not clean and sober, guess what? You are sending them to Travis Park and saying good luck to you.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
the equivalent of what you're doing. So you're going to have to change. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. It will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Take in consideration 2024 CC 736223, 2024 CR 009623, County Court Cause number 731512. There's to be no contact with Alice Martinez and Marina, Marina, and Zildua. They're asking for anger management, probation. I really think it's the drugs. because it appears that at the time of the offense, she was high on something as well as alcohol. So I'm not going to order anger management now. I'll hold it in abeyance. In probation, if something comes up and you feel she needs anger management, then we'll do anger management.
You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Thank
if you
you.
want anger management classes, you let them know.
Okay.
All right, there's to be a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow Rex, and I'm gonna want a referral to felony drug court in custody. And counsel, if CPS has them in their drug court program, then I'll reconsider felony drug court. But for now, it's felony drug court. There's gonna be 80 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once she completes parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. Probation, if you can make sure that there's no overlap between what I'm asking for and what CPS is asking for. CPS compliance, proof of employment within 40 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, no unsupervised contact with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, field visits 1 time per month until further notice, and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
Did
Thank
you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. So here's the thing. This is your chance. Everybody's giving you a chance to be a good parent, to be in your children's life.
Yes, ma'am.
From here on out, whatever you do, you need to be thinking about 2 things. One, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years?
No,
You
ma'am.
know, is this something that could potentially result in me losing custody of my children? If the answer is yes, then you should not be doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you need anything, just let the court know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're
Thank you.
excused. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Everyone, we're taking our recess. We'll be back at 1:30. Yes.
I'm sorry, my client was just able to call me. He's got 4%.
Okay.
I was wondering if, I could put him on speaker because he doesn't think that he'll have enough power to log on to Zoom.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Is he, does he
Hold on.
want a jury trial?
He wants an offer that the state is not willing to give at this time.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna recall this. We're gonna recall it for Thursday.
That's fine.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay. All right, Laura Martinez. Who's here on Laura Martinez? Good morning. Hello, Miss Martinez. How are you doing today?
Fine.
All right. Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. That's your
you.
color. All
That's
right.
what your hair, yes, Judge.
Yeah.
We're here on the status update for her participation in the family mental health program.
Yes.
379, Judge.
Mhm.
I checked in with Crystal Counseling, who is giving her case management services. They reported that she's doing well, taking medications as required and checking in with their office for case management purposes as well, Judge. Also, the pretrial officer with the program did respond to our status update, and she stated that she has been checking in, calling the UA call line, and has not tested positive for any illicit substances, Judge. So all in all, I think she's doing well, off to a great start. You know, I think
That's
she's doing well.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there anything you need from me?
No,
Any concerns?
no.
Okay, if there's something that comes up, be sure to let me know.
Thanks.
All right, counsel, did you want to bring this back for another check-in?
If the court prefers, we can surely do that, Your Honor. What do you think? Maybe like something into the new year, just to allow her to make her appointments and check in with the other courts?
Yes.
That'd be fine, Judge. We have no issue.
All right, do you want to do it? We can do it in January?
Sure.
All right. So they tell me, you know, all the holidays are coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas. If you have issues, there are people who are available 24/7 to address them, okay?
Okay.
And then I'll be here. Of course, I probably will not be here for the Christmas holidays, but the staff always knows how to get in touch with me. The clerks, they have to be here because I don't hire them, so the government is making them stay. But they know how to reach me, and then your attorney knows how to reach me, okay?
Okay.
So what we'll do, let me move this calendar over. When in January do you want to come back, council?
I was thinking maybe mid-January, Your Honor.
All right, you want to do maybe January, I know it's not mid-January, well, it is. You want to do January 18th?
Yes, Your Honor, that'd be perfect.
All right. All right, and if you need anything, do not hesitate to ask.
Okay.
All right, that's gonna be 2025.
That's
Oh,
crazy to think
Wow,
about
it
it.
is.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Norma, we're gonna bring her back on January 18th. All right, thank you. Have a
Okay.
great day.
Okay.
I'll give you.
And Renee, has she officially been transferred to mental health court or no?
Yes, Judge. Yes, I think she has her second court date coming up in November.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, this will be the last check-in. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is on track with her. So the January date will be the last check-in and then she will be there.
Okay, very well, Judge. I'll make a note of that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, who's here on Mark Almost? Mr. Almost, if you'll come down, and Mr. Seelaw.
Yes.
They're gonna move you down to that end. Because we're gonna go on the record. Thank you. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8502, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Almost. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Sadelman.
Eddie
Defense?
Garcia from Mr. Olmos.
And are you Mr. Almost?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated third or more on October 8, 2024. The court ordered a TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court. Both parties agreed, at least the defense agreed to waive the PSI. Is that correct, counsel?
It is, Judge.
So the court has received the TAP evaluation. Defense, have you had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
I have.
State, have you had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection to the TAP evaluation from either party?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Nor from the defense.
All right, then the court will hear argument as it relates to treatment.
Judge, it appears from what I read in the report and Mr. Olmos's honesty, that he has acknowledged pretty much a lifetime of alcohol abuse consumption. It's caused him a lot of legal and financial problems in the past. He is interested in getting his life together. He is interested in seeking treatment for this addiction that he has, this illness that he has. I would have, I spoke with him about it. He read the TAP evaluation himself. Understands that he seemed to be looking out for him by having ordered on the TAP evaluation and a possible referral to the felony drug court. So he's asking the court to do what you think is in his best interest to help him succeed on this probation, should you go along with the agreement to place him on probation.
All right, probation,
Yes, sir.
do we have an update on whether or not felony drug court accepted him or did they not accept him?
They're typing now.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat that?
She is typing now. She's waiting on a response from felony drug court. And counsel, if you could do a trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal. I know we did one at the last setting, but I'm only sentencing him today, so I just want to make sure has today's date on it. And Mr. Almos,
Yes.
I'm going to recommend some type of treatment for you. If felony drug court is not accepting you, then I'm going to see if maybe Lifetime Recovery Residential will accept you. I like Lifetime Recovery because they transition you to help you with housing and other things as well.
That she's pulling the outcome right now.
All right, thank you. And I'm sorry, did you all announce on the record?
We did.
Yes, okay. I was trying to multitask, which I didn't have my oatmeal this morning, so multitasking is not great right now.
I did, that's why I'm on top of my,
You know, I love oatmeal.
so do I have it every.
For some reason, my alarm didn't go off, but the light came through the drapes, so I was able to wake up a little.
We have an answer, Judge.
This is a certificate of, we signed one last time that when you were not, being given the opportunity to further judge the decision by signing this.
All right, thank you. All right, so my understanding is that felony drug court will accept you. The reason why they didn't accept you is because You have a pending case because you have not been granted probation, which is for this case. All right. Does anyone wish to speak to the length of probation? It's outside the agreement. The state is requesting 10 years.
I will leave it up to the court's discretion, Your Honor. I mean, I bet 10 years is an awful long time. But I understand that he has had other DWIs in the past. I'll leave it up to the court to decide what you think would be the appropriate term of supervision.
All right, state, knowing that he's going to be in felony drug court, are you still requesting that he be on probation for 10 years?
Give me a moment to check his criminal history, Your Honor.
Mhm.
I think we'd be fine with 8, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any children, sir?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
29, 27, and the youngest one just turned 24.
All right. Do you have any grandchildren? Okay. When's the last time you had employment?
Well, when I put myself in the situation that I'm under with the DWI, and they knew about it, so about over.
And what do you do for employment?
I was working as a apprentice for agency of family services, but I injured my hand and my wrist, so I was not employed. But that's what I was doing.
Okay, what does that mean?
Apprentice.
No, I mean, you're an apprentice, but apprentice for what?
Historical remodeling homes,
Oh.
windows. Yes.
Okay.
King Williams.
All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs include alcohol testing, DWI intervention course, victim impact panel live, 2-year license suspension. Oh, and state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
DWI education course, take in consideration 2024 PF 15123, restitution, if any, to the following: Ebony, EBONY, Thorpe, THORPE, Rodrigo, Alanis, ALANIS, Marino, Celso, CELSO. I think this last name is spelled incorrectly. Let me see. Mr. Edelman, part of your plea bargain agreement is restitution to Celso Guerrero. Is it spelled correctly? GUERERO?
Believe so, Your Honor.
All right. So it's, thank you. You may be
Or
excused.
at least that's how I recall it being spelled in the crash report that I read.
All
Now,
right.
whether that means that it's spelled correctly or not, I don't know.
All right. Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So it's Celso, CELSO, Guerrero, GUERERO. Counsel, if there's an issue with the restitution amount, we can always have a restitution hearing.
Thank you.
Do you have a vehicle?
No, ma'am.
All right, so there's going to be ignition interlock or either some type of mobile device until further notice. 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 4 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. There's to be a referral to felony drug court in custody. If not accepted, then it's inpatient treatment with lifetime recovery. And if not accepted with lifetime recovery, then he'll be brought back and we'll figure out something else. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Just any helpful,
Like courses for probation.
Like,
You're gonna get that help. for
yes.
probation.
Yes, probation will go over the conditions with you. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. Of course, call your attorney. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what's going to end up happening. You're going to remain at the jail. Felony drug court is going to come out and do another interview with you. It seems that if they have room, they will accept you. If for some reason they don't have room or they don't accept you, then you're going to remain in custody, and then you're going to be going to lifetime recovery inpatient treatment. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I know that people, sometimes they don't like doing the sober support meetings, but once they start and they talk to people and discuss their issues, they end up liking it. And then the next thing I know, they're leading meetings. So make sure you go to those meetings. Don't do any of this backsliding, because it's easy to miss a meeting and say, you know what? I'm just going to double up on it the next day. Then before you look up, you have just fallen off the path. So you need to stay on the path to be clean and sober.
What do you?
And you shouldn't drive probably at all. You understand?
Correct.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Would you give him a little bit of time, once he's released from wherever he goes, to have the portable device?
Well, once he's
installed?
released, just let the court know.
Yeah, 'cause
This
he-
is what I'm anticipating, because you know me, I don't like to build bridges until we need to cross somewhere. I'm hopeful that felony drug court will accept him. If you're accepted in felony drug court, what will end up happening, and they have my permission to do this, the conditions I've set for you, they may change those because they'll get a chance to know you better than I do as far as what your treatment needs are. So they'll help him with that if he's accepted there.
We're just concerned about the financial burden on him because he's been unemployed and no telling when he'll get a job to pay for that.
Okay.
All
All right.
Thank you so
If
much.
that happens, just let the court know.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good
Yes,
morning.
yes.
So what about that this one? When I sent it to Instagram. Okay. I see me because
Okay.
I've seen it. And this is another copy that way.
Okay. All right, I'll take care of it.
Oh,
Just give me one
okay,
moment.
Mom, take care.
Sure. Okay, thank you. State on Almos, have you already given me the case to be taken in consideration?
Not recalling.
All right, so they probably need that. Abel Junior Martinez III. All right, come forward. All right, we are here on a violation report.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, why are you missing your appointments?
So I report every month by phone
Mhm.
and, October was no different. I reported by phone. I actually have it right here on the phone.
Mhm.
The only thing that was different is on the 9th, my phone broke
Okay,
and I didn't get another phone till the 15th or the 16th, which is this one right here.
okay. Have you been in contact with pretrial services since then?
Yes, I even called him today to let him know I was coming over here.
Okay,
Just, he'll call me like if I have a court date, or he'll call me sometimes to tell me, you don't have to leave 2 messages, but I would leave 2 messages because I already knew this phone was messing up on me.
mhm.
It would like cut off in the middle of the call and I didn't know if the number would get through, so. November 2nd, I ended up calling him from this phone and then from my mother's phone. And he told me I had to come to court, October 10th, and I came over here on court October 10th, and I called my lawyer and he told me, no, you don't have a court date. And then, the probation lady gave me a thing for, telling me I haven't been indicted yet. So I mean,
Okay.
there's I guess, somewhere or another, I mean.
All right, so here's the thing, you got to make sure that you stay in touch with them, because what ends up happening is I receive violations reports. So this is a violation report I received. Usually before I rule on any of that, I always try to get the defendant in the courtroom so that I can see what's going on and see if we can work on that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And defense, have you had any discovery given to you on this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so is this something that is going to, you're waiting for the indictment, or what's going on?
Wait for indictment for now.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Maybe excuse.
Yes,
Thank you.
what will end up happening is you will receive notice through the mail of when your next court date will be. So make sure that you have the correct address on file. All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is a night mag case, so they're waiting for indictment, so we don't need any more settings until it's actually indicted. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're
God bless.
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, who is here on Elizabeth Gaskin? Hello. Are y'all ready to proceed on the motion?
We are.
All right, could I have someone from the state? It's Criminal Trial Division.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2021 CR 4146, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Ann Gaskin. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Antonio Arriola for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Trey Maurer for Ms. Gaskin.
And are you Elizabeth Ann Gaskin?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're gonna need to keep your voice up so that I can hear and so that the court reporter can hear. Are you the same Elizabeth Ann Gaskin who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 4146 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on March 1st, 2022 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
This is in the first motion to enter adjudication of guilt. Violation of condition number 4, Bear County, Texas, the defendant Elizabeth Ann Gaskin, who then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May, June, July, August, and September 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Did away with the other allegations.
Any objection to the state's waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
We're asking the court to grant the motion to adjudicate Ms. Gaskin and to sentence her to 180 days in a state jail facility.
All right, and defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we are asking for Ms. Gaskin to be given an opportunity for her probation to be transferred to Dallas. That's where she lives. Part of her problem with their failure to report was that she lived in Dallas. I know the court can see that there was a previous MTR. When she had come down here, she had kind of messed up her living situation in Dallas. She lost her phone, so she wasn't able to continue reporting. She understands, that it was on her. She could have gotten a phone and found a way to access these people and, make the calls that she needed to make. But she, like I said, her living in Dallas, she believes that being able to complete this probation there would give her an opportunity to get the help that she needs and to complete everything.
All right, is there anything you wish to say? Is there anything you wish to say?
Oh, sorry.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Elizabeth Ann Gaskin.
What do you wish to say?
I would like to say that what he's saying is true and that if we could somehow work a way for me to do my probation in Dallas, even if I have to do a Zoom video with the probation office here for it to be transferred to Dallas first, then that's fine. I'm willing to do that. I do have a phone now and I am able to do Zoom visits for it to be transferred to Dallas, and then it'll be way easier for me to report and not violate. Because I'm not trying to run, I do want to do right with my probation, and I just wish that you would give me one more chance.
Let me ask you this, have you ever reported?
No, ma'am.
So you have been on probation since 2022 and you never reported. So are you telling the court it's taking you 2 years to get a phone? Because we're in 2024.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm aware of that, but
No. My question is, has it taken you 2 years to get a phone?
no, ma'am, but it's on, I've had a phone, but it's been on and off because it's been broken and it's been stolen from me several times. But I do have a phone now in my property and I'm willing.
So you were here in Bear County on a motion to revoke for the same violation that you're here now. And it was a violation of condition number 4. I denied the motion. Alternate monitoring conditions to include the UA hotline until further notice and weekly reporting until further notice. So that was in November 2022. And when I gave you those rules, you still didn't report. So let me ask you this. How did you get from Bear County to Dallas? Did you immediately, after I told you to report on November 28, 2022, when you were released, did you immediately go to Dallas?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get to Dallas?
I had to borrow money from my dad to get a Greyhound bus to get back. to
Okay, so
Dallas.
you can borrow money from your father to get a Greyhound bus, but you can't use his phone to check in with probation?
I have no family in Dallas.
No, no, no. I didn't give you permission to go to Dallas. So my question to you is, you can borrow money from your father to get on the Greyhound bus to go to Dallas, but you can't use his phone to call probation and say, hey, I would like to go to Dallas. How old are you?
30.
So what have you done that would warrant you remaining on probation? Have you done anything? So, I mean, there's no reason for me to continue on probation, and I'm not going to continue you on probation. All right, the court is going to find you guilty. Court is going to revoke. The state is asking for, how much time are you asking for?
180 days.
Why should I give you 180 days? 180 days is the minimum. You have done nothing. The only thing you did was take someone's vehicle without their permission and go on a joyride on it, and you haven't done anything. And it's not like you're 18. So why should I give you the minimum for a case where you did absolutely nothing? That's my question for you.
I don't have an answer, ma'am.
All right. So the court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Cassandra, Kasondra Gonzalez with a Z. Probation. In regards to this case, was there ever any restitution that was ordered?
Judge, I don't see any rest.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
You do have a legal right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a felony conviction. Because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you,
Thanks, Your
counsel. Yes. Baldemaro Chapa. Hello. All right, counsel, where are we on discovery?
I do not have it yet. And I looked it up and I showed the state what was going on. For some reason, when I log in and search for him in the e-discovery system, it pops up a different judicial number.
Okay,
So we'll get that worked out. And Miss Ashley offered that we're gonna do it the old school way. I'm gonna bring a thumb drive and they're gonna put everything on together.
okay. And then are there any CPS records in this case?
There are some CPS records in this case. We have discussed them and I'm going to drop a subpoena myself as well.
As well as the state, Your Honor, we just as well, as well as some other records that are needed.
All right, Norma, on this case, recall it for December 10th for discovery. All right, we'll see you back on December 10th for discovery.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Yes. Okay, somebody called my name. They were like, Judge. Who's that? All right, just give me one moment. All right, what's the motion?
Your Honor, in speaking with my client today and yesterday as I was preparing,
All right, she needs to come up. Why is she not a part of
on her
this?
way.
All right, hi, so today is contested hearing. Where are we?
Judge, it's my fault. I've been trying to get ready yesterday and today. In doing so, this case has there's quite a bit of a history in the past 2 or 3 months.
Did you understand it?
Yes,
Did you sign it in both places?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
Done.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Andre Wilson. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Should be contained in exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, state you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We'd ask that you follow the agreement.
All right. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work in a mattress store.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Drug use. It's not a good thing. I don't know anybody who say, hey, I want to use meth every 2 weeks or every day or whatever amount you're using, because it costs money. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your brain cells. It's not healthy for your body or your organs, right? You're going to have to make sure that you internalize, get in a treatment program so that you can kick this habit and maintain your sobriety. Because if you don't, one or two things are going to end up happening. You're going to end up getting revoked on this probation potentially, and you're looking at 2 years in the state jail facility, or either your mom or somebody is going to have to identify your body. You understand? All right. In this court, communication is key. If you need anything, let your probation officer know. If you feel that they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and address it with me, okay? You got a back problem?
Yeah, I have a sciatic nerve.
All right, so here's the thing. Don't use drugs as an excuse.
No, no,
Okay.
I understand it.
All right, good luck to you, okay? Thank you, counsel. Yes. Okay.
So we wanna.
Do you want her date of birth or anything? Sure, it's in the police report. Oh, they may have it in their police report. Just to be 100% sure. Rodney Patterson? Yes.